All right, welcome to the Paydirt Football Show. We're here going to talk about the NFL a little bit and probably a little bit about the leagues, but since the schedule's come out today, we're going to talk about that. Jeff, give us a rundown of Week 1 schedule.
Week 1 schedule will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the Dallas Cowboys, NBC, at 7:30, I guess, Eastern Standard Time. That's our opening game of the season.
Now, are there any more games on that, or is it just the Dallas Cowboys in Week 1?
Well, it's the only games that matter. No, the entire schedule is out. So if you look at Week 1, the early Thursday night game, which will be usually the Super Bowl champion Rams will be hosting the Bills.
Yep,
which should be a good game. New Orleans at Atlanta. Browns will be at the Carolina Panthers here in North Carolina, where I live. 49ers will be at the Bears. Be a decent game. Steelers Bengals. The beginning of the end for the Steelers. 1 o'clock game, and then Eagles are playing at the Lions. Very tough game for the Eagles. Colts at Texans, Patriots at Dolphins, Ravens, Jets, Jaguars at the Washington Commanders. Giants will be visiting the Titans. Could be interesting. KC at the Cardinals, good game. Raiders at the Chargers could be good. Packers go to Minnesota. Buccaneers playing our Cowboys, and then Monday night game is the Denver Broncos, and Russell Wilson going right away back to his home state in Seattle to play the Seahawks.
So explain this to me. We get the Buccaneers,
right,
and the Eagles get the Detroit Lions open.
Very tough opener for the Eagles.
Explain that one to me, please.
Because this is what goes on every year.
And the Commanders get the Jaguars.
Very, very good team, the Jaguars.
What do the Giants get? Let's see.
And then they're the ones with the confidence after that.
The Giants have a bye.
Well, that's the Giants get an automatic. No, they're playing the Titans, so that's
that'd be a tough game.
That's a tough game.
Yeah.
I think they're just sick of seeing the Cowboys fail every year, so they're just going to start them out of the gate that way.
Well, just
might as well. I mean, let's not get our hopes up.
No, not this year.
No, screw it.
No. Screw it.
We're not going to be as good this year as we were last year. I may as well just spotlight Cowboys here. There you go. There we go. Spotlight Cowboys. Let's do some Cowboy plays of 2021 because we're not going to be seeing any good ones this year.
It's the blue uniform. That's the problem.
Cursed.
Nice. Sweetums.
Yeah.
There's our number 1 right there, by the way.
That was our number 1.
Yeah.
Well, that was week 1.
That was Lamb. Yeah.
That was week 1, right?
Oh, that's right.
That's
right. That's right. It is Lamb. Yeah, the other guy
almost won that game.
Cooper's gone.
Cooper got. We didn't need Cooper anymore.
Look at that throw.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh God.
Beautiful.
There's a Koopa loop.
And now he died.
Yeah, he's dead. That's the way it goes. We start winning and people start getting hurt.
Or they try to bribe officials.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Watch every run play, which direction it goes.
Oh, God.
If we run, we're going to go to the right.
It's a genius. It's a genius. There's the genius. He made that play. I would put the left guard in the backfield as the fullback.
Jeez.
He's a genius.
We've got a release date for Madden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, August 19th.
This will be fun.
August 19th.
August what?
August 19th.
Oh, so that's the same as almost like last year.
Boy, was Philly a bad
Pretty
team.
much.
The whole NFC East was horrible last year, wasn't it?
I understand that this version of Madden is also going to be stepping away from Xbox One and PS4, which means a boon, or so they say, for the PC game, because they're going to start getting some next generation characteristics put into the game for the PC. We'll see. It's going to be $59.95.
That's it?
It's not bad.
That's what it is every year. Well, $49. Yep. It was $49.
You just got to wait a couple of weeks when it crashes and burns, and then you get it for free.
Week 3.
Yep. See, remember that? He stopped doing that after a while.
There goes our tight end. There he goes. He's in the end zone on that play. I love that play.
Yep, they stopped doing that after a while.
Kept him. Hey, did you guys hear?
It was working too much. Can't have that.
You guys hear about Tom Brady's new contract?
The one on for television?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 100. What was it? No, 80.
It's $375 million.
Yeah,
$375 million
a year to talk. What are we getting paid tonight?
0.
Yeah, Zippo.
Same as we get.
Oh, there's the Coop. Coop.
That's for 10 years, so it's $37.5 million a year.
What if he sucks?
Well, he's still going to be rich. Well, he's rich already.
Who's our tight end? Who did we franchise this year?
Him.
Schultze.
Yeah.
We did him? What happened to Jarwin?
He's
The
gone.
one we thought was
gone.
good.
We let him go.
Hey, Jarwin's gone.
Why?
Because
He got hurt.
We got Lamb.
We got hurt. He's injury prone.
Yes. They couldn't afford him.
This is the most lucrative contract in broadcasting history. So, here's the question. I mean, he's coming back to the NFL this year. Is he even going to survive the season? He's old. How old is he now? What is he, 47?
Well, here's the whole thing about that. I mean, at some point in this scenario, let's be honest.
You ain't fat. You ain't nothing.
You ain't nothing. Look at that. You won't see that this year. Trust me. He's coming back. Porter. He's going to come back with the Mexican gut there.
All right.
Going down to. No. What happens is in the NFL, it's almost he has one foot out the door. Right. He retired. I don't know what happened there. I can almost see him going home. And just sitting around, and then his wife was like, "Oh my God, life is so much better when you were playing football." And he probably was just miserable. And she came along and just said, "Look, why don't you just go back and play for another couple of years?" And but he has one foot out the door, and usually that he's a big dedication guy, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he starts to fade pretty fast here.
I think
Any thoughts on that, guys?
I think he already started to fade last year.
Well, he led the league in yards and touchdowns last year.
You ain't nothing.
Yeah, I think he
Is
started
this
to
on the
fade last
McCann,
year.
my man? Oh, there it goes. We don't have him anymore either, by the way.
Living in the past,
We don't
man.
need players that work. We're
living in the
shooting for
past.
next year. High draft pick. High draft pick this year.
Well,
High draft
Tom
pick.
says he has unfinished business on the football field.
And Sean Payton. That's what we're shooting for by week 8 or week 9.
Sean Payton.
Okay. This was a memorable game.
You doing fantasy football this year, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. When do you start doing that?
Usually sometime in July I start doing research.
Do you ever win?
Once in a while.
No.
I didn't do well last year. I was in 8 teams and I didn't make the playoffs in all but one.
You know the Cowboys have their mini camp this weekend, right?
But is that like OTA type of things where like just the rookies show up because our veterans never show up?
Yeah,
for
but
that?
we've got some this year. Nearly 40 guys will be on the practice field. 9. Let's see, those 9 draft choices, 20 rookie free agents, 7 roster guys from last year's. And I looked at these names, the ones who aren't rookies, and I didn't recognize half of them. But we're going to have 3 kickers.
Well, that's good. We're deep at the position.
Yeah.
Oh man, the kicking was horrible last year too, as you remember, very inconsistent.
Yes.
So, yeah. There we go. No anything that week.
Ridgeway, one of the defensive tackles that we got, he's a big guy.
He's kind of feisty.
And he got some kind of award for Classic Trophy, the Southwest Classic Trophy, and Jerry Jones obviously was the one that gave him the trophy. And he said I told him right then and there, you got to draft me, watch, and I'm going to take over the Dallas Cowboys. And Jerry Jones gave his usual response. He said he looked at him, smiled, and said, "Whoa, pig."
Exactly right.
Whoa.
No, Ridgeway has got a little attitude there, so we'll have to see about him.
Yeah, he'll probably won't even make the team.
He might flame out. You never know, but he's coming in. He's got a little edge.
He did get drafted, so we'll see. We'll see what he's got.
Yep.
But these are highlights from last season for the Dallas Cowboys. So enjoy what you're watching because this is going to be a shorter film next year.
Oof. Gallup. We don't have this guy either. Oh no, we got this guy.
Yeah, we've got him.
Gallup can make those catches at whatever his 5.
No, I like Gallup fine. I'm glad we still have
Gallup's a
him.
good player.
Yeah, but he's not going to be ready till like week 34.
Yeah, he might not even.
Okay.
Well, it's quite
Okay.
possible he might not even play, right? I mean, that's always. That goes in Dallas.
Right.
He's I can already hear. We're gonna.
We suck again.
No, because we Dallas does this. Like we want to do it right. We want to be careful. We want to be this. It's like okay, well, The next thing, it's week 5 and week 6, and you'll see videos of him with, the little rope around his waist, pulling things in practices and stuff. And they just go on and on. I figure after that 6-game debacle at the end of the season, he'll be back for the Lions game.
I think we got a very good schedule to going over.
It's a really tough schedule. Let's call it the way it is. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, you're not going to go to Green Bay because by then they're going to be like 1-9. And you're going to be like, yeah, I'm not going to Green Bay to get beat up.
I just always wanted to go to Lambeau Field and see the Cowboys play there.
Me too.
It's kind of a classic game,
Yeah.
Just a bucket list thing.
We're going to lose. We're going to lose in Green Bay. That's a fact.
We're playing Christmas Eve against the Eagles.
Good Lord. I mean, I told you this goes on. I don't know why. I'm not surprised with the schedule. This happens every year that I've ever. The schedule is for the Cowboys. It's what they do is they said, look, you want to be America's team? You're America's team. Okay, we'll put you on TV. We'll make a lot of money for everybody.
What's your prediction? What do you think they're going to be this year? Final record. Jeff, you first.
I don't know. I would have to say maybe 5-12.
That was my choice. 5-12. Mike?
Yeah. I'm in that same ballpark. Wow. I mean, you look week 1, that's a loss. Week 2, that's a loss. Going to Giants land, maybe it's a win. I doubt it. Commanders might suck worse than us, so who knows?
I don't know.
Well, the whole thing about, people always do this, right? And they start looking at different games and they start going, well, it's a win, this is a loss, that's a win, this is a loss.
Right.
You really can't do that because, for example, let's just get a little crazy. For example, let's just say we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. Okay, now the whole attitude is different heading into the Bengals game. You know what I mean? Things just happen. Now, if you lose both of these games, you play then the media, you just never know. Like all of a sudden, by the time you get to the Lions game, we could be playing really well, which we won't be. But, if we're like, 1-4 or 2 and something like that, you can end up losing games that you really, just by looking at on the surface, you think you might not lose, and it can just get really away. Because, the McCarthy, that's the other thing that's looming over this team, right? You got the Sean Payton, McCarthy. That's going to be the storyline, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think, Mike?
No, I definitely agree with you. I think the whole I think this is actually like a plan.
Yeah, it kind of almost looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, because they had to decimate this team again. They didn't really have a great draft. They kind of had a draft for the future, unlike last year where they had a draft for that year. I mean, the players they picked up were designed, and the people they picked up in free agency were all designed to fit into spots.
Right. And
for a 1-year shot, they,
Right.
And so it was kind of like a let's win this year type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're rolling. It's kind of like they didn't really do that again this year. I mean, at least so far right now, I don't think they did much in free agency. I don't think they did much in the draft. I mean, the players aren't bad, but they're all projects. Right. I mean, you got a guy that's our left tackle of the future, but what does that mean? I mean, how do you have a left tackle of the future?
What it means is that we don't have a left tackle beyond Tyron Smith. That's what it means. That's
no, we don't. Not right now.
So, because it's exactly right. Because if Tyron Smith goes down tomorrow,
when he does, don't say if, say when.
Right, that's coming. Right. Okay, and then the question is, okay, who's playing left tackle? Are you gonna? Because I can see this already, all right? Because some of the stuff they do just makes no sense to me. It's like, okay, so you're gonna take this potential left guard, right? Let me get this right, and you're gonna move him out to left tackle when Tyron Smith gets hurt, and then take your backup guy who you have basically been bouncing on like a ping pong ball for the last couple of years, and so hey, you're gonna come in and be our left guard. So now all of a sudden you've got the rookie playing left tackle, McGovern, the project, playing left guard, and you've got Dak Prescott getting sacked 7 times against the Rams. Right? I mean, that's just not going to work. I mean, that's going to be a disaster when that happens.
Yeah, number 99.
Yep, that's why I'm saying it. I think it's like a design here. Maybe they realize with cap and everything, and look, they had to get rid of Cooper. Yes. He was just too much money versus what they could save to pay everybody else. And look, Zeke's got to go. He's not worth the money he's making, but they can't cut him till next year. So
you ain't fat, you ain't nothing.
Exactly. So he's just not worth the money he's getting, but they can't get rid of him because it would just kill them too much. Right. I mean, they might as well get something out of him. At least he can take the damage until it doesn't matter. And They can pretend, I guess, right? They can pretend until week 5, and then when they're 0-5 at week 5, they just go, okay, we're just playing this out.
Here are the projected backups of our offensive line. Okay, left tackle, the backup, assuming it wouldn't be Tyler Smith, is Josh Ball. Backup center is Matt Fonyak. The right guard backup is a guy named Braylon Jones, and then the right tackle is another rookie, Matt Waletzko. That's our backups. So, any offensive lineman gets hurt, it's a disaster. So, I just don't see any. And, we're not going through 17 games with an intact offensive line. It's just not going to happen. So
it never happens.
It never happens.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. So, I know that it's coming. It's just a matter of when. Our receiving core, I think, is okay. Has some depth. It's okay. We'll see.
They don't have a marquee guy.
Right, but it's not going to matter if the offensive line's staying. Like, it's not going to matter. Like, you're just going to, I wouldn't be surprised if Prescott gets hurt.
Yeah, that could happen too.
What's Parsons going to do? Parsons this year. What can we expect?
Well, I don't know, because there's the right defensive end situation is really in flux. The interior defensive line, which, if you remember, was a disaster for us a couple of years, now it might actually, a couple of years ago, is probably actually maybe a strength now. But the defensive end situation, and if you think that, I don't see DeMarcus Lawrence as a big rush guy. Dante Fowler, Terrell Basham, Dorrance Armstrong, you guys getting, do you see anybody here getting 10 sacks?
No, but,
Parsons, I can see
how last year went out and worked, right? Last year went out and worked. They found these guys, guys that were in there like needed prove-it deals.
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to capture the magic again. That's what Fowler is, that type of thing. Fowler do a 1-year deal, have a great year, and then move on. But that was magic last year. That really was magic. Let's be honest, their defense was good, but take away those interceptions by Diggs and returns for touchdowns and all the special stuff that happened, and they. With a really bad offense, it's going to get exposed because they're going to be on the field so much.
When you got to remember, even though Diggs had 10 interceptions, yards that he allowed by receivers was very high.
Yeah, that stat is a little deceiving to me, because a lot of times he was playing the other team's number one, and I don't know that he's really that type of guy. But the defense was built. These guys are not good cover guys. I mean, they're not. So the defense was really built, I think, upon, pressure up front, and be aggressive in the secondary, and we'll get either holding penalties, whatever the case may be, from the pressure, or we got to get turnovers. And they instead of getting, like, say, knockdowns and things like that, they got more turnovers. But I just don't think that they can duplicate that again this year, but we'll see,
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think Parsons will be fine as far as how he's going to play. I think he's going to get 10 sacks. But I'm not sure anybody else on that team can get even 5.
Well, you got Parsons and Van Der Esch, and Jabril Cox will be back, who I really like. Luke Gifford's a guy that they like. He's kind of an energy guy. Devin Harper. They do have Damone Clark listed here, but he won't play this year.
Yeah. But
Kelvin Joseph is going to prison, right?
Yeah, we're forgetting about one thing. How many of them are going to be injured?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we don't have a lot of. Well, I don't know. Kelvin Joseph, I think, is going to jail.
He might be in jail, yeah.
So that, if you start looking at the depth chart for there, the backups, and here they are. Okay, is a guy named Deron Bland, another guy named Kyron Brown, and Sean Wright, but he usually plays on the right, and then C.J. Goodwin. So, and Jordan Lewis is kind of like a nickelback with Anthony Brown. So. We really don't have any depth at the corner either.
Van Der Esch got exposed.
Yes, big time
when Mika wasn't there to put pressure, right, or when they had to use him differently. What was Keanu Reeves?
who's not there anymore.
And when he was the player that we needed, and now he's gone. So
right.
I don't think they filled him. Again, I'm not an expert on the guys they brought in, I'll be honest, but I think our defense was what saved us, which is weird because we all thought we just wanted an average defense last year and we'd be all right with our offense. But our offense, thanks to the genius, went in the tank, and we really, we couldn't even give them away. They were like, yeah, take them. and nobody wanted to offer him a job anywhere else. So unfortunately, he had to come back.
I do think, like, look, I don't know how smart Dallas is. I don't think they're that smart.
They're not.
But Dallas shot themselves in the. If they really wanted to jettison that guy, they shot themselves in the foot there because they came out, if you remember, and told everybody that they could easily cover him. I remember the whole thing. That we have contingency plans if he goes and coaches somewhere else, and that just sent ripples throughout the NFL. It's like, wait a minute, Dallas has no problem jettisoning their own offensive coordinator, and we're talking about hiring this guy as a head coach. And teams, he just right after that, I mean, nobody was going to hire him, and we got stuck with him.
Yeah, but he sucked. I'm sorry, but he just sucked.
It was the highest scoring team in the league.
No, but he sucked. I hated him.
I know you hate him, but
Mike hates everybody.
Statistically, they were the number one scoring team, I believe, in the NFL. So, when you start going back, but to me, again, it's like, yeah, but we had the good game against Tampa Bay, and we had injuries, and I get all that too. But the bottom line with it is, we scored like 70 points against the Eagles, like 90 against the Giants, if you remember. And when we played a lot of the better teams, we weren't winning those games. We weren't scoring any points.
They just make me want to drink.
Is that Coke?
Yeah, that's a Pepsi.
Yeah, I mean, we pounded on the Eagles. We scored 41 points, right?
Something like that.
We scored 36 points against the Panthers. We scored 44 against the Giants.
There you go.
We scored 35 against the New England Patriots before they found themselves last year, if you remember. And then we decided not to play anymore until we beat the really bad Falcons, 43. So kind of like what you're saying is...
So we were losers.
When we were playing a bad team, we really didn't...
Well, it wasn't, yes. I mean...
We scored 56 points against the Commanders, or whatever they were called.
I know one of those games was really bad.
There's a few teams that are bigger losers than the Cowboys, and the Commanders is one of them. The Commies, or the Commodes, whatever you want to call them.
We had some big, look, there were some moments. I think there's, they weren't we weren't a bad football team. The bottom line with it is we weren't as good as we thought they could be, especially on offense. And the bottom line, we did have some big wins. We had some big moments. I do remember, it is true, like when we did play the Commanders, whatever they called it at the time, the football team. If you remember that it was the Taylor Heineke show, right? And they were, I remember this very clearly because Washington had won, they had beaten Tampa Bay and they were rolling along and everybody was talking about Taylor Heineke and that they were going to beat the Cowboys were going to fold. I remember all this. And we played Washington and we slaughtered them. And then the wheels just came off and now Heineke's not even in Washington. But I mean, that's how fragile the NFL is. I mean,
Well, look,
we won 27-20. We almost let them back in the game.
Oh, that's right. On the crazy little rollout play that you said. That's right.
Yeah, we almost let them back in the game. Then we went to the Giants and we beat them 21-6. And then we played the Commanders again. We didn't play that well, though.
I remember that game. We didn't play that well against the Giants.
Our Achilles heel is Zeke Elliott because he cannot run the ball, and we just persist on running him all the time instead of the other guy.
AKA the genius.
Yeah, right. I mean, Jerry's not going to do it, but he should call him into his office. They should go out into the back part of the parking lot back there where the flowers are, and he should show Zeke the pretty flowers and be done with him.
We're going to go get the rabbits. Gotta pet the rabbits.
Who wants to buy an original iPod?
I'm curious for something. So let's take a look at. I'm taking a look at Ezekiel Elliott. Last year,
he's fat.
He did get 1,000 yards. He averaged 4.2. He averaged 58 yards a game last year, the lowest of his career.
Emmitt Smith could shit 58 yards a game.
Yeah. I mean, he averaged over 100 yards in his rookie season. He's actually, believe it or not, he has gone down every single year of his career.
Yes.
108, 98, less, 95, 84, 65, 58. Every year he's gotten worse.
He's a bum.
Yeah. Well, the stats don't lie.
Nope, they don't.
Your hips don't lie.
Yeah, he's a bum.
4.2 yards.
I mean, but I've got some footage here on our new rookie tackle, Tyler Smith. So I think he's going to be good. He's just not going to be the savior of the Dallas Cowboys in his first season, especially since he's not going to know where he's going to line up. No, there he is at the top of the screen, 56. He's blocking it. There you go. I mean, he's good.
No, that was an Olay right there.
Olay.
Ole,
Look at the
ole,
size of
ole,
him.
ole.
Oh, he fell into that guy.
Yeah.
He hurt the ground.
Hey, the Dallas
No,
Cowboys
he-
have been known to have just 5 55-gallon
He
barrels.
got beat to the inside there. No,
Lined up.
the first 3 or 4 snaps, I don't see his footwork.
Well, here he is.
What do you mean? What is he doing? Look what he did!
He just
It's a
pushes him
holding-
out of the way.
That's a holding and a face mask. 56? Is that the guy right here? This
Yeah,
big guy on the left?
56. Now he's
Oh,
fat.
No. Yeah, he's got
He's
a
fat.
room with Zeke.
I could hear. I
He's
could
got
hear
a room
Zeke.
with Zeke.
I could hear Zeke in an argument with him.
You ain't fat. You ain't nothing.
I could see that. That is
Christ.
actually. By the way, just so everyone knows, that is actually Ezekiel Elliott's real voice saying that. That's how he sounds when he screams that out.
You ain't fat. You ain't nothing.
We caught him on the field one day during the game. He got mad and he was calling someone else a name, and that's what he said to him.
Speaks the truth. Well, they got to get that rookie. Now, you can tell by the video that there's no way that guy's playing starting left tackle in the NFL.
No.
What were they thinking of? Did they get sold a book of dudes? I mean, what?
No, he is what he is. He's got plenty of talent. He needs, but he doesn't.
He's rough.
You can tell
I've
by
seen
just
him.
looking at him.
He's
You know,
rough.
He's not.
He's rough.
He's rough.
I
Yeah,
think
he's
after a
rough.
couple seasons he might be really good, but right now he's
Yes.
rough. He's got raw talent.
Oh yeah, what was the talent? Falling down?
Maybe.
No, I have some video of those are pretty bad clips, to be honest with you. But I mean, I have some video where he does pretty good. He you can see his footwork is not there, and he gets his arms. He does get his arms out, but he doesn't really hold on to the blocks correctly. He'll reach out. You can see it right away.
Yeah.
That one guy he blocked, he literally fell into his knees and almost destroyed the guy. But what is this? This is a nice. See, this is why we lose right here. This picture right here.
Oh yeah.
No. You
Spoiled. They're
See, you want to
spoiled.
win. You have a dump. Like all the lights should be out.
Yep.
It shouldn't even say.
Look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? Hey.
Yeah. If it was
like
a
a freaking
museum, and it was
nightclub.
like an art thing.
a lot-
It's a
I bet they got
They
hookers.
dress in a nightclub.
They probably have hookers,
Oh yeah.
pole dancing and crap like that.
Yeah, that's what that locker. That's a.
I did the tour. I
you?
did the tour. That's what it looks like. It really does look that nice.
Yeah. Probably doesn't.
It was
look-
that year that we signed the.
Look at this. See, this is why you lose.
It probably doesn't even smell like sweat in there after. The
No,
game.
that they got like a
Perfumed.
Yeah, perfumed players. Yeah.
These guys don't know
Look
what
at
it's
this
like.
thing. It's ridiculous. See, it should be like all muddy,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And grass and crap, and it's like this is where we practice, man.
And I would say, well, then the players don't get hurt because of all that, but check that, fans, they do.
They're always hurting Dallas.
Oh, now you sound like Rome. Check that.
Check it.
Check that.
Check that.
Dallas Cowboys have won 4. Check that. 5 Super Bowls.
You still got to go. You still got to go to this place, though, man.
Oh yeah.
See
I'll
this
get
place
there
out in
eventually.
front here? I'm telling you, on game day, this thing in the front, on the left there, it's absolutely jam packed with all. It's unbelievable. It's so much fun. Then you
I
go in
will
and they
eventually get there if my wife has to wheel out my coffin, kick it
Yeah,
over, and
well,
spill
it
out
shouldn't
my
do that.
dead
Just like
stiff
get
body.
cremated and take the urn.
There you go.
I think it's cheaper with flight.
Oh, that would be good. Then she could sprinkle it on the field.
Oh no, Jerry would vacuum that up before it ever hit the ground.
Well, the players might snort it
That
up.
jumbo screen is actually annoying when you go to the stadium. It's so loud, and you end up because if see where these seats are up here on the right.
Yeah.
That's where I sat, and so you sit there and you end up oddly like watching the screen and not the game on the field.
Yep, that's exactly my experience too. It was like, why am I going to watch the field? I can't really see anything.
I
So
I
just-
tried to do that, but I'm like so trained to looking at like TV screens. I just found myself looking up at the screen all the time. It's
Why
crazy.
even go? Just stay home.
Well, it was fun.
well, to the NFL, they don't really care.
No, they don't actually. Who's that? Is that Vandy? See,
Yeah,
his neck
Vandy.
doesn't look right. His neck's all messed up. Look at that. You see somebody say that guy's got a neck problem.
Yeah, he's always got that neck thing on too.
Yeah, look at it. Doesn't look. You can tell he's got a neck problem. Like you
Loser.
saw that guy in the street and say, "I don't know that dude, but he's got a neck problem."
Loser. We're gonna suck this year.
Yes, get yourself ready, folks. Oh Oh Lord! Even the gloves, like look at that. See, look at that picture right there. That's why we lose. Look, the guy in the Washington. Oh, that's different there, but he doesn't even have a glove on.
Looks like Bugs Bunny.
Is that the quarterback? Is that Tyler Heineke?
Nice and clean. Nice and clean.
Yeah, and when you play teams, like you look, like you don't even look like you're a football player. You look like you're a model.
A surgeon.
Yeah, look at this guy. All
Scrub
clean.
up.
Do you see any blood on his elbows?
No.
Any bruises? Doesn't even have anything under his eyes, like any makeup or anything, like the black stuff they put on. Oh,
It's all about the show.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of this.
It looks like it's about time for our commercial break here. In about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Are you an NFL freak? Do you like sports gaming? If so, visit us at paydirtfootball.com. We've got the latest NFL news and gaming leagues. If you're into great graphics and great competition, sign up for our Coach Mode Madden NFL League. Online since 2000, the PFL is the longest running and most professionally run football league in the world. If it's the thinking man's football game you want, our Action PC Football League is the league for you. Less graphics, more realistic, and that translates to more fun. So check us out at paydirtfootball.com and join one of our leagues. They're free. Or just stop by for the latest NFL news. In any case, we'll see you at paydirtfootball.com.
So you think, everybody's pretty much settled on 5-12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's about right.
I was looking at Tony Pollard's stats. Tony Pollard has averaged over 5 yards a carry for his career.
Yeah. He's good.
He's
good. He's not fat.
Nope, he's not.
He's not fat.
Slim, 6 foot, 210 pounds.
When Zeke tells him that, he means it.
It's just
After a 60-yard run, that's what Zeke walks up and he thinks he's going to congratulate him or something, but no, that's not what he says at all.
The longest run from scrimmage that Elliott's ever had is only 60 yards.
Okay, well,
And most of the
breakaway
years,
speed.
most of the years, I'm gonna look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 years. He averaged 40. His longest run of the year, well, 3 out of the 6 years. The longest run of the year for him was less than 33 yards or less. Like the longest run he had the entire season. Oh God,
fascinating.
It's incredible.
We got D. Williams, though.
I kind of like him. Well, another pro. He's like, we always have 1 or 2 on our team like that, right? D.
Williams.
It's almost like Jerry wants to take him under his wing or
like
something.
Like an 80s singer.
Yeah, no. D. Williams wasn't he? He was the actor on
Predator.
Brian's song.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that guy. Meanwhile, Tony Pollard's had 40 plus yards long every year of his career.
Well, yeah, he pops those. Not every week, but he's always the one that, like, if you were going to tell me who's going to pop a 40-plus yard run, it's Pollard for me.
Yeah, Pollard.
I think I'm
pronounce it any way you want.
I'm just going to clean the gutters on Sundays this fall.
There you go.
Clean the gutters.
Clean the gutters. Yeah, just read it. Just see the highlights and the videos on.
Hey,
Monday
anybody out there
mornings.
that's got hamster cages, give me a yell. I'll come clean them every Sunday. If you got one, I'll clean it.
Hamster cages.
Hamster cages.
What are you doing to hamsters is what I want to know.
I had 2.
I didn't say gerbils, Mike. I didn't say gerbils.
You Richard Gere.
Something wrong with Mike. Something is wrong. Gerbils. It's Gerbils.
I need some
Gerbils
pillows.
and gerbils. Oh my.
Gerbils.
Wow! Wow! All I can say is wow!
Yeah, I don't know. So we're all going. Are we really all going at 5 wins?
I think so right now, yeah. That's what I'm expecting.
I wish we had what we said last year, because last year I don't think we were too happy coming out of the draft either. I know Jeff was having a moment with Mika, but
that's right.
But other than that, I don't think we were really ecstatic about the overall draft, because we kind of went into last year's draft thinking we needed a DB, a cornerback.
Right.
And, they got kind of outmaneuvered again at the draft.
They always.
And, the Giants got a first-round pick for their pick, and we picked 2 picks before them, and we gave the Eagles Devontae Smith. So, I'll take Micah Parsons, don't get me wrong, but,
me too. He's good.
We kind of always get outmaneuvered. And this year we got, again, they should have traded up if they really need an offensive lineman. And I'm sure there was people that didn't really want their pick.
Well, that's not. You see, what happens though is, the people in the NFL are this is what they do for a living, and they know that Dallas is desperate for a left tackle. So when Dallas calls, okay, you're not. Sorry, Dallas, you're not getting this pick unless you overpay. And Dallas goes, that's not fair. And they go, well, it's not, but you really need a left tackle. You know what I mean? It's just. It gets down to who's going to actually be there in the draft and how badly do these teams that want to move up need that guy. And I think Dallas probably just the price was too high and Jerry just didn't want to pay it.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually that's when he says, whoa, pig. All right.
Yeah, well, we've drafted really well, over the last 10, 15 years. We actually really have. But the bottom line, I just think we don't know when. He falls in love with his players. And he doesn't know when to get rid of them.
Poison. He's poison.
You got to get rid of them before they're bad. I hate to say it, but that's the truth.
Man,
that's the way it goes.
I'd say, how long more is he going to last? But he already looks like he's mummified. So
yeah, he does.
He could last thousands of years yet.
He's got maybe he's not even alive. I mean, maybe he's one of the. I don't know. He's doing some. He got in the accident, by the way. You saw him got in the car accident the other day, right?
Yeah. And then I heard he was okay.
Yeah, and damn it. But that was quite an accident, and and then you had the thing where his son there had to tackle him. When he was going to show the whole world the draft board.
That's several times he's had to do that. Once when he wanted to pick that quarterback, Manziel.
Yeah, he wanted to get Johnny Manziel.
He had the card in his hand, was ready to walk out with it.
Yeah, they had to tackle him. And throw him in the bathroom.
More or less tackled him. And he probably did a better tackle than most of our defense does.
Yeah, he wasn't a bad football player, I guess, in his day. Didn't he play for Arkansas?
Yeah, him and Jimmy both. That's where they met.
All right, so I'm looking at our schedule and see. By the time we get to the last game of the season, whenever date that'll be, I don't think that game's going to matter to us. So I don't know. I don't have a lot of wins here.
No.
You think we're going to win against the Giants?
I think we'll win the Giants. I think that'll be one of our wins. I don't think we're going to. I think we'll split with every team.
All right, so 3-3 in the division. You think we could do? Yeah, I think that's
we'll split it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, the whole NFC East sucks.
The Eagles had a really good draft, and they had a good running game last year. I could see Philly being pretty tough if they can stay healthy. They got the same problem we have.
Yeah.
Bears, Lions, those 2 games in the middle there. We
I
always
just
seem
don't
to beat
think Jalen Hurts is a real quarterback.
He may still improve. He may. He's still young.
He is, and
Dak is as good as he's going to get.
Yeah, but
yeah, that's correct.
I agree with you. I'm just looking at this. I mean, they hit us with a hammer at this beginning part of this schedule.
And that's what I'm getting at. It's if look, we have no idea what's going to happen, right? But let's just say we play the Bucs and lose, 35-31, right? And then you play the Bengals next week, and Joe Burrow lights us up for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns, and now we're 0-2. Everybody's calling for Sean Payton. McCarthy's doing interviews. It's just, and then the players start losing faith, and the whole thing. This whole thing can go south really fast.
Anyway, I think that's all we're going to do for tonight. So go to paydirtfootball.com for all your NFL news and for your football gaming fix. And while you're searching the internet, go to LynnCleansGutters.com because that's what I'm going to do every Sunday. Gerbils. See you there.